A very good evening, everyone. Well, we understand that Housing Minister David Lee, who is also the MP for Caroni Central, he handed himself over to police earlier today at the police admin headquarters in Port of Spain. Now, according to the TTPS, Commissioner Guevara received judicial warrants around 12:15 this afternoon for the apprehension of Minister Lee and Mr. Hugh Long Poi, the proprietor of Sport Outlet Limited. The warrants were filed by the DPP. The TTPS said both individuals were taken into custody and underwent standard processing. Now, we understand that up to 5:30 p.m., Minister Lee was still in police custody. Shortly after surrendering, he was taken for treatment at the Port of Spain General Hospital after complaining of feeling unwell. And we also understand that up to 5:30 p.m., his attorneys were awaiting word on his processing as they wanted to file an emergency bail application, which would have to be done virtually. Now, for some context, this all stems from a matter in 2022 where Lee was initially arrested and charged. Those charges were conspiracy to defraud and misbehavior in public office. This stemmed from an investigation into the purchase of a Mercedes-Benz AMG G63 valued at over $2 million and allegations that he had fraudulently claimed tax exemptions for the vehicle, which are entitled to MPs with the benefit of potentially going to a party financier. Now, the tax revenue allegedly defrauded was approximately $1.4 million. Now, those charges were dismissed on April 7th, 2025. Acting Chief Magistrate Christine Charles upheld a no-case submission by Lee's legal team. She ruled that the prosecution had presented insufficient evidence to sustain the charges or to send the matter to the High Court for a formal trial. However, that was not the end of the matter, as DPP Roger Gaspard said then that his office had initiated a review by a High Court judge to determine whether sufficient evidence exists to warrant a trial. Which brings us back to this moment where judicial warrants were issued. Now, we did get a comment from Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, who said, quote, "We have respect for the courts of the land. Minister Lee was acquitted of these allegations before. Now that the charges have been relayed, we have confidence in the courts to deliver a just result," end quote. And analysts have also weighed in. Dr. Bishnu Raghunath believes it is time for the Prime Minister to part ways with Lee as a minister and to take a hardline stance as it pertains to any allegations of corruption within her party. He also added it may be more than a coincidence that so many responsibilities from the Housing Ministry, which Lee leads, were removed from under him recently. Meanwhile, Dr. Shade Mohammed said this was the last thing the Prime Minister would have wanted as they head into their first budget presentation. Of course, we'll stay on top of this issue. We'll continue to liaise with the attorneys, and any information we get, of course, we'll let you all know via our social media pages and in the Guardian newspaper tomorrow. Until then, Akash Samaru, CNC3 News, outside the police admin headquarters in Port of Spain.